particularly for reading, that those children who are spending a lot of time on screens and tablets are not making the progress that we would hope for in reading when we look at their reading ages.
Mr. Stott issued a challenge. Could his students survive with no technology, no computer games at home for a week?
I really enjoyed it actually because my whole family did it, so it was quite enjoyable.
I think it's changed me as a person because I wasn't attached to them as much, so I could talk to my family and spend more time with them.
Meg, Tom and Daniel also did the week-long digital detox. They ended up playing board games and even talking to each other. This is just one experiment by one school, but it does raise questions about the impact of technology on a child's education, their reading, their social skills.
Well, really interesting talking to the kids here yesterday, because most of them said that actually they found that they ended up talking to their family a lot more in the week that they weren't playing with their computer games. Let's have a quick chat with some of them this morning. This is Dom. Dom, how did you find last week?
Well, it wasn't as easy as I expected because I'm one of the big time screen users normally.
You're a big time screen user. What did you end up doing instead?
Well, I played a few board games with my family and I went to the park and I just used everything that I had more, so...
It was okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Sam, how did you find it?
I found it tough because I use my electronics quite a lot, but because this week I had to play with my family more and do board games, play outside.
Yeah. Okay, we'll just have one quick chat over here with Annie. Annie, let me just ask you very quickly, how did you find last week with no computer games?
Well, I found it quite easy because I don't really use that much handheld devices, but it's like a treat at the end of the week, so it was quite easy, but...
Thank you very much. Well, there you go. Most of the kids, as I say, did find it quite tricky and did end up saying that they did a whole range of other different things rather than being glued to their screens. Obviously, this is not a scientific study, but interesting that they say here that kids who do spend a lot of time on their computer games end up not reading as well, not doing as well at school. With that thought, it's back to you.
Graham, thanks very much indeed. I think the tricky thing is if you're telling your child not to use a handheld device or phone or whatever, you can't use one either.
Oh, so it has to be a blanket ban across the whole household.
Because you can't say to them, you can't play with that,
Yes.
and then you're on your iPad.
Yes,
Exactly.
fair enough.